Unattended gas stove may have led to kitty inferno, GFS. Guyana Times. The Guyana Fire Service, GFS, reported that a fire in Kitty, Georgetown, which left 3 families homeless and destroyed 2 homes, was likely caused by a lit 6-burner gas stove being left unattended. The incident occurred around 3:30 p.m. on Thursday at Lot 62 William Street, the residence of local sports journalist Raul Welch. Although Welch was not at home during the blaze, his 62-year-old wife suffered first-degree burns to her right hand and foot. The fire quickly spread from Welch's home to the neighboring property, Lot 64 William Street, owned by Julius Brown, causing significant damage. In total, 15 individuals from 3 separate families have been left without a home. The GFS received the first emergency call at approximately 3:35 p.m. A team of 8 firefighters arrived on the scene shortly after and deployed 2 jets to combat the blaze. Unfortunately, the initial structure where the fire started was completely destroyed, and the flames subsequently ravaged the first floor of the neighboring building while severely damaging the ground floor. Emergency medical technicians, EMTs, provided immediate medical attention to Mrs. Welch at the scene before transporting her to Georgetown Public Hospital for further care. In light of this incident, the GFS is urging the public to ensure that all gas cylinders are turned off when not in use and to avoid leaving gas stoves unattended while in operation. UG distances itself from Burbis political survey. Following reports of a solicitation for information in Region 6, East Burbis Quarantine, the University of Guyana, UG, has clarified that it has not authorized anyone to conduct, nor is it currently undertaking, any political polling surveys. In a statement released on Saturday, UG emphasized, the University of Guyana wishes to advise that it has not authorized, nor is it currently conducting any survey which includes political polling. The university noted that individuals claiming to be students are soliciting responses for a survey in the Burbis area. UG underscored that when it conducts surveys, the public is typically informed through advertisements in local newspapers and on UG's official website. Data collectors will carry specific letters and UG-issued ID cards related to the survey. Furthermore, the university stated that data collectors are expected to respect individuals' wishes to opt out of any such exercises at any time. UG has also provided an official contact for the staff member supervising any legitimate survey, allowing for queries and comments from the public. The university urges the general public to take note of this information and to be guided accordingly. Guyana continues to focus on border matters involving Venezuela and Suriname, Foreign Minister. News source Guyana. Minister of Foreign Affairs Hugh Todd informed the National Assembly that Guyana remains committed to addressing border issues with neighboring Venezuela and Suriname. During his contribution to the 2025 budget debate, he emphasized the importance of achieving peaceful resolutions and maintaining good relations with both countries. Regarding the ongoing controversy with Venezuela, Minister Todd highlighted Guyana's efforts to garner international support against Venezuela's claims. He detailed the advancement of the case before the International Court of Justice, as well as initiatives to raise awareness within local and international communities concerning Guyana's border issues. Mr. Speaker, we are systematically engaging with individual states and critical international organizations, including CARICOM, the Commonwealth, the United Nations Security Council, and the OAS, to bolster support for Guyana's sovereignty and territorial integrity, he stated. Todd noted that these efforts have yielded positive results, with several international organizations publicly condemning Venezuela's actions. Despite these efforts, Venezuela continues to assert its claim and is reportedly planning elections for a governor in Guyana's Essequibo region. On the border controversy with Suriname, Minister Todd announced that the border commission established between the two nations will convene soon to address outstanding issues. He stressed the importance of analyzing historical documents related to the unresolved matters and reaffirmed the commitment of both countries to pursue initiatives within the Strategic Dialogue Cooperative Platform. In response, Opposition Member of Parliament Sherrod Duncan criticized the government's approach to the Venezuela issue, claiming it has emboldened Venezuelan officials. All right-thinking Guyanese advised against the meeting in Argyle, in St. Vincent. What do we have to show for it? Duncan questioned, urging the government to intensify its defense of Guyana's territorial integrity. Man takes refuge in sports bar after starting fight. Qaeda News. A man sought refuge in a sports bar following a confrontation he initiated at a Superbet outlet along the Leonora Public Road, West Coast Demerara, WCD. The incident occurred around 8:15 p.m. on Friday and involved Javier Cubert and several other patrons. According to police reports, The altercation began when Qbear attempted to purchase bets ahead of other customers in the Superbet shop, located below the district bar. This led to a confrontation with several individuals, including Fazal Jabbar, a 24-year-old from Potentia, and Donia Aline, a 42-year-old businessman from Anna Katharina. After the initial dispute, Qbear reportedly left the Superbet, armed himself with a cutlass from his vehicle, and returned to threaten and attack the customers. In response, the other patrons defended themselves with rocks and pieces of wood. Fearing for his safety, Qbear retreated into the district sports bar, where he remained until police arrived. Officers from the Anti-Crime Patrol responded to the scene, where they took statements from Qbear and others involved before transporting them to the Leonora police station for further documentation. Investigations into the incident are ongoing. New $250 million food safety lab commissioned at LBI. Agriculture Minister Zulfikar Mustafa officially commissioned the Guyana Food Safety Authority's laboratory and office at the ministry's La Bonne Intention complex on the east coast of Demerara on January 27, 2025. This new facility represents a significant advancement in the government's commitment to safeguarding public health and promoting food safety across the nation. During his remarks at the commissioning event, Minister Mustafa emphasized the importance of ensuring that as agri-food production increases, citizens can trust that the commodities produced are safe for human consumption. The minister reiterated the government's dedication to food safety, highlighting ongoing collaborations with relevant agencies and partners to strengthen the capabilities of the Guyana Food Safety Authority. IDB's country representative in Guyana, Lorena Solorzano Salazar, noted that the establishment of the facility is a collaborative effort between the IDB and the government of Guyana, reflecting a shared vision for food safety and public health. She pointed out that international markets increasingly demand traceability and quality in food products. With funding from the IDB, over $520 million Guyanese dollars has been invested to equip the laboratory with state-of-the-art technology capable of testing a wide array of commodities to ensure their safety for consumption. The equipment will also facilitate sophisticated traceability studies and analyses, enabling Guyana to stay ahead in the rapidly evolving global food safety landscape. Rodriguez defends government's infrastructure spending, challenges opposition to name projects to cut. News source Guyana, Minister within the Ministry of Housing and Water, Susan Rodriguez, strongly defended the government's infrastructure spending during a recent address, responding to criticisms from the opposition APNU plus AFC regarding continuous withdrawals from the oil fund and the 2025 national budget. In her remarks, Minister Rodriguez accused the former APNU plus AFC government of inaction, while asserting that the current administration's investments in major infrastructure projects are essential and people-centered. She emphasized the importance of these developments, questioning the opposition's stance on proposed cuts to such initiatives. Total external debt must be measured by the size of the economy. The more you earn, the more your capacity to borrow increases. Should we tell the people to save all the money and not build roads or bridges, allowing them to suffer in traffic? She challenged. Rodriguez pointed out that the ratio of public debt to GDP has decreased over the past 4 years, despite the steady growth of public debt alongside increased national earnings. Are you telling people not to access a mortgage to build their homes? This is a grave disservice, she stated. She criticized the opposition's narrow-mindedness regarding government projects, urging them to specify which projects they would cut instead of merely criticizing. Rodriguez highlighted the government's commitment to sustainable infrastructure development and wealth generation. Moreover, she noted the administration's progress toward fulfilling its manifesto promise of allocating 50,000 house lots by the end of its term, indicating that 41,000 young people have already benefited from the housing program, including significant numbers of young women and first-time homeowners. While the opposition described the budget as lopsided, allocating over $200 billion for infrastructure while only $9 billion for cost of living relief, Minister Rodriguez passionately defended the government's budgetary allocations and the positive impact of its projects on citizens' lives. The Ministry of Housing and Water has outlined several major projects set to come online this year as part of its work plan. Veden Shore Base Incorporated commissioned. Veden Shore Base Incorporated, VASI, has officially commissioned Phase 1 of the port of Veden, a state-of-the-art shore base facility located at Plantation Best, West Bank, Demerara. The commissioning ceremony was held on-site and officiated by President Irfan Ali. This milestone represents the completion of the first phase of a transformative project poised to revolutionize Guyana's oil and gas sector, providing critical infrastructure for the country's expanding offshore energy industry. Veden's facility is the first of its kind in Region 3 and lays the groundwork for the broader vision of the port of Veden, aimed at enhancing Guyana's long-term maritime capabilities. Developed as a joint venture between NRG Holdings Incorporated, a 100% Guyanese-owned consortium, and Jandanul, a globally recognized maritime infrastructure company, this project is one of the largest private sector investments in Guyana's history, with an estimated cost exceeding $260 million. The opening of the shore base is expected to create significant economic and employment opportunities for Region 3. During its construction phase, the project has already generated hundreds of jobs and is anticipated to continue expanding its employment impact. Local businesses and the surrounding community have begun to experience tangible benefits from the project. A press statement noted that over $60 million was invested in deepening the Demerara River channel during construction, widening it from approximately 50 meters to 100 meters, and extending its length from 18 kilometers to over 28 kilometers to accommodate larger vessels with deeper drafts. The community of Plantation Best has also benefited from new roads, bridges, and improvements to existing infrastructure, enhancing the area's profile and increasing property values. The commission facility spans over 50 acres and will serve as a world-class subsea umbilicals, flow lines, and riser, surf, shore base for ExxonMobil Guyana Limited, EMGL, providing essential services related to oil and gas subsea infrastructure, including equipment storage, inspections, repairs, and fabrication. Veden expressed gratitude for the steadfast support of the government of Guyana, particularly President Ali, for his rapid response and unwavering commitment to the project's development. Public-private healthcare systems being strengthened, VP Jagdeo. Guyana Chronicle. In response to recent criticisms from the opposition regarding the government's healthcare strategy, Vice President Dr. Barrett Jagdeo firmly defended the People's Progressive Party, PPP, government's initiatives aimed at ensuring equitable healthcare for all citizens of Guyana. At a news conference held at Freedom House, Dr. Jagdeo addressed concerns related to the $1.38 trillion budget, particularly those focused on the healthcare sector. He emphasized the government's comprehensive plan to enhance both public and private healthcare systems. The opposition, including Alliance for Change, AFC, leader Nigel Hughes, has questioned the government's decision to provide a $10,000 universal healthcare voucher to every citizen this year, designed to finance a basic range of medical tests. While this initiative is expected to benefit approximately 500,000 individuals, it has faced criticism from the opposition, with Hughes suggesting it serves to fatten the wallets of private healthcare providers. Dr. Jagdeo rejected these claims and pointed out the positive developments within the public healthcare system, citing the upcoming launch of 12 new regional hospitals. He assured that these facilities would see upgrades in management, technology, and staffing, significantly improving public healthcare services. However, he acknowledged that these improvements cannot address all challenges within the healthcare system. He explained that tax incentives for private healthcare are vital as they promote investment in infrastructure and services, thereby enhancing accessibility and quality of care. Consequently, the government has implemented such incentives, resulting in the expansion of private healthcare options. Regarding the universal healthcare voucher, Dr. Jagdeo stated, "This voucher is for every Guyanese. It is to expand on what we have already." He emphasized that without such measures, the public health system could become overloaded if all 500,000 individuals sought services there simultaneously. He added, "The public health system must continue doing its work. This is one way of providing services to our people and giving them choices. They can still choose to go to the Georgetown Hospital and not use the voucher." Dr. Jagdeo highlighted the government's commitment to healthcare, mentioning the cervical cancer voucher as another example of caring for the population. He criticized the opposition's mindset, suggesting that without innovative solutions, healthcare improvements could take decades, leaving citizens without necessary services. Government expends $2 billion for traffic lights aiming to address persistent traffic challenges. Guyana Times. Public Works Minister Juan Edgehill announced that the government has allocated $2 billion for the procurement of traffic lights to tackle persistent traffic challenges across the country. This announcement was made during the handover of traffic equipment at the police headquarters in Eve Leary, Georgetown. Minister Edgehill explained that many areas and roadways in Guyana currently lack traffic lights, often necessitating police officers to manage and direct traffic manually. He noted that significant congestion and accidents frequently occur at intersections without officer presence. This $2 billion investment is separate from the funding allocated to ongoing projects and ensures that we have additional traffic management systems in place, Edgehill stated. He confirmed that the traffic lights have already been procured and will be installed soon. The minister highlighted that the initiative emerged from a thorough cabinet review focused on traffic management. I have presented a paper to cabinet for the development of policy guidelines that will be made known to the public, he added. To further bolster this initiative, President Ali has established a task force, led by the Prime Minister, which includes traffic officers from various divisions. Minister Edgehill acknowledged the high rate of vehicular accidents, particularly those involving damaged traffic lights, stating, "People will now be held accountable for such damages." Key locations identified for new traffic light installations include Heroes Highway. Major intersections will receive traffic lights for better control. Diamond to Land of Canaan. A stretch currently in the design phase will be equipped with traffic lights. Land of Canaan to Soesdijk Highway. Traffic lights will be part of the improvements. Good Success to Timeri area. Ongoing projects will also require traffic lights and signage. Ogle and Eccles. Areas benefiting from these enhancements, along with the 4-lane road being constructed with support from the Indian Exim Bank. Minister Edgehill expressed particular concern for chaotic traffic areas, such as Sheriff Mandela Avenue, and emphasized that businesses requiring large parking spaces must plan accordingly. The minister conveyed optimism for the future, stating, "Brighter days are ahead, though much work remains." He reiterated the importance of implementing traffic lights and related infrastructure nationwide. In addition to these measures, Edgehill highlighted the need for road safety education, particularly for school children, advocating for revitalizing road safety programs within schools.